A reprieve today for millions of Americans facing the possibility of eviction. The CDC announcing another extension of the federal eviction moratorium. NewsNation's Michael Shore joins us now with details. And Michael, the extension is only for 60 days and it doesn't apply to everyone, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right, and I hope you like my shirt, Rutabaga, as well. When we last visited over the weekend, we talked about how this moratorium ending was going to be so treacherous on renters and on landlords. And today, the CDC, as you mentioned, stepped in. They did make some changes, but this is this extension of the moratorium until October 3rd, which will be a year and 2 days from when the original moratorium was put into place. That will also go only to areas of sort of high spread of COVID. It'll be hard to determine which those areas are, but the CDC says that that is doable. But this is a sea change in where we were just over the weekend. Today's announcement, welcome news for an estimated 15 million Americans behind on rent, even as evictions were rolling out. The CDC extending the eviction moratorium until October 3rd in counties experiencing substantial and high levels of community spread of COVID-19. That's currently 82% of the country, areas in dark orange and red. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer celebrating with Representatives Cori Bush and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez after they slept on the steps of the Capitol this weekend in solidarity with anxious renters frustrated by the wait for promised federal assistance.
Oh, heartbreaking. And maddeningly frustrating.
And landlords, often seen as the villains, also feeling the squeeze.
Can't get no one out, tenants not paying rent. Uncle Sam still wants his money on taxes.
So I had to sell the house. I put the house on the market in order to not default on my mortgage.
Still the question, what's keeping $45 billion in federal rental assistance approved by Congress from reaching those who need it? States like South Carolina trying to streamline their cumbersome application process to move things along.
There are about 8,000 applications that we are trying to get through to completion by relaxing the documentation requirements.
The president today saying he knows the moratorium will face legal challenges, but hoping it will buy states and local agencies time.
At a minimum, by the time it gets litigated, it will probably give some additional time while we're getting that $45 billion out to people who are, in fact, behind in the rent and don't have the money.
And Rutabaga, it's that extra time that the president's talking about, that during the litigation, they know that this is extra constitutional. They figure it'll get challenged. They hope that 60 days is enough time to make this happen. Rutabaga.